Welcome back to WCNC Charlotte at 6. Turning now to your Sunday forecast and starting off with some live pictures here over Hickory. Now, Brittany, not any rain or any fog in that, but we are going to be on the lookout today.
Yes, we will see a few scattered showers today. It will not be a ton of rain, but remember our ground is so saturated, so any little raindrop can cause that risk for some isolated flash flooding. So please be weather aware this afternoon. We have this morning some areas of fog to talk about. Sherrod right now, virtually no visibility at our sensor there in Chesterfield County. We also have Richmond County there over toward Rockingham, North Carolina, that does have right now a dense fog advisory in place. So please watch out for that this morning. It's only those few isolated spots. Otherwise, we're waking up to more clouds this morning and some patchy drizzle. Drizzle is essentially light rain. It's about a quarter of the size of a raindrop. So it's that rain that you walk outside and you almost feel like it's raining, but you can't physically see it. That's what we're talking about when we talk about drizzle. Later on today, we do have isolated rain. And of course, we do still have river flooding in many spots, but some are starting to recede. And I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in the next half hour in main weather forecast. But otherwise, if you're not dealing with fog, you don't have any drizzle out there this morning, you're probably at least dealing with more clouds out there. We are much warmer than this time 24 hours ago. Yesterday, we had dew points about 5 degrees lower, and actually temperatures 5 degrees lower too. So if it felt nice to open the windows yesterday, probably not so much as you start off your Sunday. And that's because we do have these outer kind of impacts here of Helene still to come later on today. If you're with us in our morning show on Saturday, I talked a little bit about how the low would eventually wrap around some of that moisture heading into today, and that would allow for some of those clouds and maybe even some lingering showers. That is continuing to happen. So whereas yesterday was a little bit drier, today it will feel stickier outside. So there's the drizzle to start off the day. Again, just a few brief showers possible, but it's this morning into the middle part of the day. Again, tomorrow we'll track some areas of fog, some areas of patchy drizzle, and then once the low finally starts to pull away, we'll probably see our last round of rain associated with Helene entering into the first half of Tuesday before we dry out completely by Wednesday. But every single day, we do have to still watch that chance of a few isolated showers. A flood emergency still remaining in effect, of course, for parts there of Lake James into the Catawba River Basin. So I mentioned it yesterday, but please heed any warnings from officials. We had many folks, especially in the Mountain Island Lake area yesterday, have to be rescued because they did not leave, even though they were under that mandatory evacuation. Just remember that if you are told to leave, the reason why is because if you don't and they have to go rescue you, you're taking resources away from emergency responders that could be doing other things. In your hourly forecast, you'll again see that chance for some brief showers to start off the day, sunshine mixing in by the afternoon, but eventually that low and chance of rain again as we head into early tomorrow morning. In your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, there are some nicer days to come that we're actually tracking no rain, and you will see those especially by the middle part of the week. As a secondary cold front comes in on Wednesday, this will allow for temperatures to drop from the mid 80s down to the upper 70s. It might not seem like a significant change, but we actually have our lows transitioning into the 50s for the average this time of year and our highs transitioning into the 70s, but we haven't seen that yet in the end of September. So we'll start off October feeling a lot better, and heading into next weekend for the 49ers to be back at home, we should see highs in the mid 70s with only temperatures in the morning in the low 60s.